feel like I recognize my team again. I feel like I know what this FC Barcelona team is all about because I remember in the past, I would just say the past 6 years, bro, like I did not know what that team was all about. But I did not recognize my club. I did not know what Barcelona stood for. I'm like, what is this? I don't know this team. This is not the Barcelona that I once supported back in 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. What happened to this team? I don't recognize my club. But now with Hansi Flick at the helm, I do recognize this club. And I say, that is my team. That is the Barcelona team that can conquer any team in the world. And we're seeing that today. Because not only are we seeing Barcelona like win matches, but they win these matches through a spank, like convincingly. Like they just say, get out of here, 4 goals out of here, 5 goals, get out of here, 7 goals, get out of here. That's all Barcelona do. They are superior in all levels in terms of 1v1 duels, ground duels, final third passes, attacking opportunities, defensive coverage. Barcelona is superior in everything. We are spanking teams left and right. This, like, bro, like I would be happy if I saw Barcelona win, like, okay, 1-0, 2-1, 3-2. I'm like, okay, Barcelona, they're fighting, they're doing good. I would be really happy. But this team, like Hansi Flick just said, no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna beat these teams 4-1, 5-1, 5-2. 7-1, 7-0. We're gonna defeat, like, bro, like I cannot believe this team has transformed to be something like this with a group of players who are all under the age of 25 years old. I mean, obviously, you have Lewandowski, Nico Martinez, you have Raphinha, who are older than 28 years old or 27 years old. But still, like, this team is very young, yet this Barcelona team acts like they've been playing together for the past 10 years, and they have been playing football for the past 20 years. The chemistry between the players is insane. And with Barcelona winning against Sevilla 4-1, Barcelona is now in 3rd place, which is where we were at before, but we are 2 points behind Real Madrid and 1 point behind Atlético Madrid. Isn't that crazy? 2 points behind Real Madrid and 1 point behind Atlético Madrid, when not too long ago we were around 5 to 7 points below Madrid. And now, all of a sudden, the league is alive. We are very much alive. Inigo Martinez said, if someone thought we were dead in La Liga, well, tell them we're still very much alive. We have ambition, and we want to make it happen. So yes, it is very much possible that Barcelona can win La Liga. We just have to continue to be on this type of form and with this type of mentality. Because if we don't have that, of course, Barcelona will not get into the top 2, let alone even in the number 1 spot in La Liga. But if we continue like this, if we are superior and be superior by a huge margin, we will eventually catch up to the 1st place position. We just don't know when that's going to happen, because it really does depend on whether Real Madrid or Atlético Madrid fall and drop points, whether they tie or lose. If they do that first before Barcelona get their, a couple of losses or whatever, Barcelona will go into 1st place. So I'm very excited. 41 goals in the last 11 games, 113 goals this season. This is Hansi Flick, right? Hansi Flick's Barcelona have also scored 64 goals in 23 La Liga games. This is a high goal scoring team. And this is a team that scores high, yet we have a striker that's 36 years old. We have a 17-year-old right winger named Lamine Yamal, and we have the Raphinha, who is not even considered Brazilian. According to the Madrid fans or the football fans. They say, oh, Raphinha is not a Brazilian player. He does not play Brazilian. He's not going to be scoring goals. He's so boring to watch. He doesn't do anything. He's very just one dynamic or whatever. And he's not dynamic at all or whatever. But Raphinha yet again has another goal contribution. Scored on the 55th minute and scored the 3rd goal. Raphinha is really doing it. And he played 90 minutes. Like I said, 1 goal, only took 2 shots. 20 out of 28 passes were completed. We have 2 out of 2 the shot accuracy was 2 out of 2. 51 touches, 2 touches in the opposition box, 5 passes into the final third, and he won all of his tackles. Recoveries 2, 3 duels 1 out of 7, which was a 43%. So bravo to Raphinha, and just bravo to FC Barcelona in general. Dude, like, I am just so happy to see what Barcelona have become by this point. And I remember back on May 24th, 2024, so about, I would say, 10 months ago, there was this report that came out according to Fabrizio Romano, and he has stated that Hansi Flick wants to bring back the positive atmosphere. He believes there's a huge quality in the players, like plain young talent too. Flick feels Barcelona is a super top club where you can do something historical. He was obsessed to come. So this was a report that came out before Hansi Flick even got hired. And no wonder Hansi Flick has been obsessed to come, and why he had that plan of bringing back the positive atmospheres because he believed that he can do it. This Barcelona team has a positive atmosphere. We play very optimistic, right? We look like we're having fun out there. And the fact that he also believed that the fact that these players have huge quality and that because of the young players, he had a vision. Xavi Hernandez also had the vision too, but I think that regardless of what was going to happen, whether it was Hansi Flick or Xavi Hernandez, this Barcelona team was going to improve. And that is because the team was so young, right? It is the young material that we have. Pedri, Gavi, Lamine Yamal, Barsi, Alejandro Balde. We have so many young players. And so, regardless, this Barcelona team was going to improve from the previous season. But Hansi Flick just put this team on steroids. I don't know if you guys have seen Gen V. I think that's what it's called, Gen V. It's a show. If you guys are under the age of like 16 years old, do not watch that show. But Gen V is basically like a show where you have a bunch of youngsters who are under the age of 18 years old and they get injected like something called, I don't know. It's like a serum or something. They get injected that serum and they become superhuman, right? It's like a school that just injects serum into to these young kids and they become just superheroes, I guess. Superhuman, metahumans, whatever you want to call it. We're seeing the same thing with Hansi Flick and the Barcelona players. He's like, okay, just take this dose, okay? Shut up. I know it might be illegal, but just take it. And then he takes it, and then boom, just out of nowhere, Pedri, for example. Pedri just had a huge boost this season. Pedri, I believe, was the man of the match. Obviously, yeah, he did not score, but he provided an assist. And overall, he created the most chances, which was a total of 5. Yet again, he has another goal contribution. And I believe that this season, the conversation between Bellingham and Pedri, right, in terms of that debate, it's almost gone. I mean, like, to me, in my opinion, it's been gone, because why would you compare a number 10 like Bellingham to a number 6 like Pedri? Pedri and Bellingham do not play in the same position. You want to continue to say that Bellingham has more goals, more assists, and that's why Bellingham is better than Pedri, but they play 2 different positions, right? If you actually watch football, and for those of the Madrid fans who actually watch Barcelona play and Pedri play, you would understand that Pedri is not in Bellingham's role. Pedri is not a number 10. Bellingham is a 10. Bellingham's main role is to distribute long balls to either Mbappe, Vinicius, or who was the other player? Rodrigo or Endrick or whoever. He's the person that gives the key passes and the assists. That's why he's the number 10. Pedri's not that. Pedri's not that player. He's a number 6, right? He's one of the first few receivers when Barcelona's playing out from the back. There's a reason why even Pedri's having the best defensive games of his life is because Pedri is playing as a 6. So don't come at me and say Bellingham is better. That doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. It's like saying I want to compare Musiala and Modric. Different roles, bro. Like, yes, they go around the midfield areas, but different roles. So just relax. All right. So Pedri came out with 1 assist today against Sevilla, but outside of that, he played 90 minutes, 1 assist, named man of the match, created the most chances. He was the most fouled player, 86% pass accuracy, and 5 recoveries. Pedri has won possession at least 15 more times than any other player in La Liga this season, which was a total of 133. So it goes to show just how great of a defensive game he's having. He wins possession a lot. You barely do win ground duels against him. Pedri also has 3 assists in the last 5 games for Barcelona in all competitions. Also showing that even though Pedri is playing in deeper positions compared to Bellingham, compared to Musiala, whoever you want to name, Pedri is actually doing it and bringing in assists. And it was crazy, right? Going back to the, winning possession at least 50 more times than any other player in La Liga. He's not just doing this in La Liga. Pedri right now is having a lot of like ball recovery numbers in all competitive competitions. And right now, like if you look at the picture, he's higher than Caicedo or something. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Moises Caicedo, Declan Rice, Federico Valverde, and Jude Bellingham. More recoveries than any of these players. And this is in all competitive competitions. Isn't that insane? And then on top of that, he wins 61% of all of his ground duels. That's like the average win rate, 61%, more than 50%. Do you guys understand how insane that is? And what Hansi Flick has been able to do with Pedri? Like, this guy is just a whole other different level, and for sure is going to be beating his goals and assist numbers from the last season. We have De Boer, a football legend, even stated, Even if you are not a Barcelona fan, you will love Pedri. Football's getting more physical, yes, it's true, but there will always be space for boys like him. He is small, he is skinny, but he will turn away from every opponent and he thinks extremely quickly, which is true. Every time he does have the ball, it only takes about half a second for him to make a decision. And he makes passes that are very progressive, passes that make Barcelona generate a huge attacking opportunity. As a number 6, I remember Pedri made this pass into the box that went straight to Lamine Yamal, and Lamine Yamal almost scored it. It happened like in the first 15 to 20 minutes. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to see. It's Pedri making those long passes to either Lamine Yamal or Raphinha whenever he does find the chance. And so overall, I am really happy with the way that Barcelona approached this game. It did seem like, yes, maybe in the first, I would say 10 minutes that this could be a very level type of game where Barcelona barely win 2-1 or maybe 3-2 because we scored on the 7th minute and then Vargas scored a minute later and it was 1-1 just before the 9th minute. But then Barcelona did persevere. We scored with Fermin Lopez on the 46th minute. We saw an amazing through pass going straight to Fermin Lopez after playing a minute into the game, and he scored. Raphinha scored on the 55th minute from a long shot, and Eric Garcia scored on the 89th minute. All right, Eric Garcia yet again, which is crazy to me, gets his goal. And Eric Garcia is showing that he can become a very important piece to Hansi Flick's project. This is not the first time Eric Garcia has scored, by the way. Eric Garcia, as we can see here, Eric Garcia has scored against Sevilla, 1 goal. Scored against Benfica. I don't know if you guys remember. It was that tie, which led to the 4-4. And then before that one, we can see here, a goal against, it was in the Copa del Rey in the 4-0 win. And then we do have an assist against Alaves, where Barcelona won 3-0. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I was kind of pissed when I saw Fermin Lopez get a red card. Like, he came in to play for like 10, 15 minutes, and he got a red card after like, I would just say, yes, it was a pretty evil tackle that Fermin Lopez committed. I mean, like, if you look at what led towards that moment, you can just tell that Hansi Flick does order for his attackers to counterpress any team heavily. And I love that. I love that aggressive press. But sometimes these players, they sometimes overdo it and they do commit fouls. This is not the first time we have gotten a red card. Like Hansi Flick's Barcelona has gotten so many red cards. It's not even funny. We had a red card against Real Madrid that led towards us playing with 10 men. There was a red card against Monaco. I think Eric Garcia committed that red card, and then we have another red card with Fermin Lopez against Sevilla. You know what's funny though is that that game against Monaco where we did play with 10 men, Barcelona did look like they were going to win and they're going to end up scoring. Like, they did not back down whatsoever. Barcelona, if anything, looked like they were playing faster football. And I'm like, okay, fine. There maybe could be something here. And then came the match against Real Madrid where we went down to 10 men, and Madrid in those last 25 minutes of playing against 10 men and they had 11, Madrid couldn't score whatsoever. Now you can say, oh, Rodrigo scored a free kick. That doesn't count, bro. I'm talking about open play goals, because like what the hell are you supposed to do besides like just build a wall and that's it? So it doesn't count. I'm talking about open play goals. They had 25 minutes, 30 minutes of open play opportunity to score goals, and they did not score a single one. And so like it seems like Barcelona do know how to play with 10 men. I don't know. It's like Hansi Flick says, okay, look, like we're gonna be pressing aggressive, and if we get a red card, that's not an excuse, okay? Like, don't be feminine and don't cry, don't do nothing. If anything, you play harder than ever. Because then came this match against Sevilla, which is another improvement, another level above, where we played with 10 men and we ended up scoring another goal against Sevilla, 4-1. You were supposed to assume that when Barcelona were 3-1 up against Sevilla and with 10 men, that Sevilla might come back 3-2, you know, maybe get a little nervous, maybe a 3-3 or something like that, something crazy, maybe like a crazy comeback. And these fans of Sevilla, they were believing that Sevilla could actually come back, but nothing happened. And the only thing that we saw at the end was Eric Garcia scoring the goal, and we scored a goal with 10 men and Sevilla couldn't do nothing. It shows you the perseverance and the type of mentality Barcelona have today. I felt bad for the Sevilla fans, because if you really look at the reaction, you could tell that they were convinced that Sevilla were going to be able to come out with at least a point. But with Hansi Flick's Barca, it's not it. That just doesn't happen. I'm a little nervous about Araujo. I know that we just talked about how, you know, Araujo needs to renew because Araujo is a future. But to be honest, Araujo, to me, yes, he is great in terms of covering a lot of space and 1v1 ground duels. And when he has to go up against Vinicius or Mbappe, you know, you can bet on Araujo for sure. But like his on the ball game is not good, and I also expect him to have better like head game. Wait, bro, pause. I don't know why I said head game. I'm talking about like bro, I don't know why I said that. I don't know if I'm gonna cut that out, but screw it. If it gets me canceled, whatever. Araujo does not even show good header game, like in the air, because he does not win a lot of offensive duels to score goals. Like Araujo should be scoring way more goals. He should be having way better progressive passes. I don't see him doing any of that. He looks nervous, and sometimes I feel like he's gonna lose the ball. I do feel comfortable today with Inigo Martinez and Kubarsi, and I just don't know why. And I feel like it's because Inigo Martinez and Kubarsi have better ball progression and better, like they can dribble with the ball into the middle of the pitch. They can pass the ball very well. Eric Garcia also can do the exact same thing really good. And on top of that, like you should be a center back that can score goals, right? I'm not gonna be too hard on Araujo because I know that he just came back from injury. I understand that, but I do want to see some progression because with Frankie De Jong, we have seen progression. He came back from injury, now he's doing very well. Now he's starting over Casado most 99% of the time. Gavi, the same thing. He came back from an ACL injury and started immediately. It did take some time, so I'm gonna give Araujo some space. I would like to see Araujo have more progression on his game in about 3 to 4 matches from today. I want to see that. And I want to see him score some goals because this is a team that does score goals. Everybody can score goals. I mean, like, bro, like if we look at Barcelona's defenders this season in terms of assists and goals, the top goal contributor right now, it is Jules Koundé with 3 goals and 7 assists. In second place comes Eric Garcia. We just talked about that. 3 goals and 1 assist. And we're talking about Eric Garcia here. Pau Kubarsi, 3 assists. Fourth place, Alejandro Balde, 1 goal and 6 assists. It's really good. Inigo Martinez, 5th place, 2 goals, 3 assists. And then we have Araujo with 1 goal and 1 assist. Araujo should do way more than that, way more. So that is it, right? That is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's give it up for Barcelona. Gotta clap it up for them. Bravo Barcelona. Bravo to Hansi Flick. Bravo to Pedri. Good job Lamine Yamal and everybody else. Super happy with these players. And let's just continue to focus because we have not won trophies yet, but we are getting there very, very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.